New cabinet and government by mid-September as Srettha meets Prayut at Government House. Former Redshirt leader Jatuporn Prompan on Wednesday described the formation of this new government as occurring under strange circumstances and observed that it was a reversal of the 2014 coup d'état, with the public again being ignored as power groups made the decisions behind the scenes. Nevertheless, the new government does promise Thailand stability for the next 4 years and ends the current political crisis, which will benefit the economy. Thailand is expected to have a new government and cabinet in place by mid-September following the election of former property tycoon Srettha Thavisin as Prime Minister on Tuesday. On Thursday, the new PM met with the outgoing officeholder and leader of the caretaker government, General Prayut, at Government House as the handover of power begins. Mr. Srettha has promised to restore Thailand's position on the international stage and kickstart the country's economy, which has shown stunted growth over the previous decade. In a press conference Wednesday, Srettha promised that the new government will be a turning point for the kingdom. General Prayut, right, meets newly appointed Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin, left, at Government House on Thursday as the incoming leader begins to finalize his cabinet, which is expected to be sworn in by mid-September. On Thursday, in Bangkok, at Government House, Mr. Srettha Thavisin had a face-to-face meeting with the outgoing Prime Minister, Prayut. It followed a press conference on Wednesday at which he promised the Thai public that the next 4 years would be ones of change, driven by a government led by him which would strive to bring hope to people of all ages in the kingdom. Meeting at Government House with Prayut followed swift endorsement of Mr. Srettha Thavisin as Prime Minister by King Maha Vajiralongkorn on Wednesday. The meeting, on Thursday, followed the endorsement of the new Prime Minister, who was elected by Parliament on Tuesday by a substantial majority, receiving 482 votes in a joint session of the House of Representatives and Senate, by the King the day before. Srettha royally endorsed after being elected as Prime Minister and now moves to form a cabinet. On Wednesday evening, there was a highly symbolic ceremony held at the Pheu Thai Party headquarters in Bangkok at which Mr. Srettha paid his respects to a portrait of His Majesty King Maha Vajiralongkorn. Afterwards, he described his appointment as Prime Minister as a blessing and his distinction, which was highly appreciated by himself and his family. "I am overwhelmed with joy and gratitude for His Majesty's kindness, and I would like to pay homage to him above the head. I will strive to perform my duties with full strength, with honesty, and for the benefit and happiness of the people and the cultural development of the country and protection of the Constitution in all respects," he declared. Srettha has conceded that Thailand faces many crises, including a low growth and stunted economy. He paid tribute to the Thai people as well as public servants, the Royal Thai Police, the military and all sectors of the government across the kingdom. New cabinet expected to be in place by the middle of September when the next government is sworn in. The incoming PM promised that the creation of his government, with a new cabinet expected by the middle of September, would be a major turning point for Thailand. "We have crises and problems that urgently need a solution, whether it's in terms of the economy, income expenditure, the well-being of the people, security, the health of our society, foreign affairs, environment, law and the justice process. We must act to address corruption, misconduct and many other things that are causing inequality and hardship," Mr. Srettha said. He promised to resolve the country's critical problems and to pay particular attention to Thailand's ailing economy, which in the last decade has seen only stunted growth when compared to other Southeast Asian countries. Economists have long singled out the Thai economy as the sick man of Southeast Asia. Mr. Srettha promised to revive it while ensuring proper stewardship of the country's financial affairs and budget, in particular promising to keep within the 2018 State Fiscal and Financial Disciplines Act. Srettha promises an inclusive approach to governing involving the wider community in decision-making. The new Prime Minister promised to coordinate with representatives of all sectors of society and across the economy to increase public confidence and participation in his new government. He particularly promised to restore Thailand as a country of honor and prestige on the international stage, with political analysts pointing to a need for an improvement in Thailand's standing when it comes to human rights and freedom of the press. "I, Mr. Srettha Thavisin, would like to serve as Prime Minister. As one who works tirelessly and does not know any other way, my government will be one dedicated to working hard, listening to the voices of the people, bringing unity back to the nation and bringing Thailand forward to create a better future for all our children from today onwards." Situation surrounding Srettha's election on Tuesday was historic, remarkable but also questionable. The election of Mr. Srettha followed a decisive move in July by the Pheu Thai Party to end its relationship with the election-winning Move Forward Party and renege on election promises made before the May 14 poll, specifically not to enter into coalition with parties associated with the former military junta. The key to Mr. Srettha's election last Tuesday was the support of the Palong Pracharat party led by General Prayut Wongsuwan and the United Thai Nation, Ruam Thai Sang Chart, party associated with the outgoing Prime Minister and coup d'etat leader in 2014, General Prayut. This has already resulted in the resignation of former Redshirt leader and cabinet minister Natawat Saiklur from the party, and it is rumored that further resignations, at the highest level, including leader Dr. Kulnan Srettha, will follow. Former Redshirt leader Jatuporn believes a price will have to be paid for the political maneuvers leading to Srettha's appointment as Prime Minister. In the aftermath of Mr. Srettha's election on Tuesday, the former leader of the Redshirt movement, or the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, UDD, Mr. Jatuporn Prompan, described the creation of this new government as one which has occurred under strange conditions, including the return on the same day that Mr. Srettha was elected, of Mr. Thaksin Shinawatra from exile after 15 years. Thaksin helicoptered to police hospital at 3 a.m. after feeling ill, says Department of Corrections. Mr. Jatuporn said that this was a government that had been created by power groups in Thailand. He predicted that although the new government promises stability going forward, there will be a price to pay for what has happened. Jatuporn was appearing on the TV channel of the popular Thai newspaper Thai Ra. He described the events of Tuesday as momentous for Thailand and pointed out that the election of Mr. Srettha appeared to return power to the Pheu Thai party at the hands of those who launched the 2014 coup, a political maneuver that led to this new government. Political moves appeared to dismiss public opinion as expressed in the May 14 general election, but such outcomes are common in European democracies. He said that the last month or so had seen the dismissal of the public by those at the helm. The ordinary citizen was left to watch political developments carried out by the political parties, the House of Representatives and the unelected Senate, which contradicted the will of the people as expressed in the May 14 general election. For balance, it should be noted that this sort of outcome is not uncommon in Western and particularly European democracies in the wake of general elections where no political party wins a landslide. Mr. Jatuporn's comments were confirmed last weekend by an opinion poll conducted by the National Institute of Development Administration, NIDA, which showed that the majority of the Thai public already oppose this new Pheu Thai government. Nonetheless, most analysts believe that the accommodation that has been reached will be welcomed in the short term because it promises political stability with confidence in the capability of Pheu Thai to be able to handle the country's economic challenges. Supporters of Prayut praised the 78-year-old's efforts to bring about a government of reconciliation. Concluding his TV address on Wednesday, Mr. Jatuporn suggested that General Prayut, the kingdom's wily security minister, appeared to be very silent in recent days. He had been tipped to take on the role of Prime Minister in an expected rolling political move if Mr. Srettha's nomination had been defeated by Parliament. Voting for next PM to go ahead with growing turmoil likely to end with General Prayut as PM. Chawit says General Prayut Wongsuwan will be Thailand's Prime Minister at the end of August. However, this analysis may be way off. Sources close to Deputy Prime Minister Prayut suggest that the idea of creating a government of national reconciliation was the former army chief and political veteran's objective all along. The same sources point to General Prayut's key role before the May 14 general election in ensuring that the election was conducted using a two-ballot system which significantly favored the Pheu Thai party. General Prayut maneuvers himself politically into a kingmaker position after the next general election. However, those who plan the reconciliation process underestimated the desire among the public for reform and the surprising success of the more progressive Move Forward party, which now constitutes Thailand's opposition and awaits its chance at the next election.